And today the Ukrainian Armed Forces are just a few steps away from a significant success in the Zaporizhia direction. Our units are actively advancing in the Novoprokopivka area and towards Ocheretuvate. According to Russian reports, occasional attacks are also being carried out in the direction of the village of Kopany to expand the corridor. However, there are tactical successes in the Verbove area. Therefore, due to the critical situation, the Russian command has decided to throw all possible forces into an offensive in the rear of the Ukrainian Armed Forces. They have indeed gathered considerable forces for offensive operations, but most likely it will be insufficient to encircle our units. Today we see their attempts to break through to Robotine and Novodanilivka. Their advances have covered approximately 3.5 kilometers from the far front line, but they haven't been able to secure their positions. They still lack a significant amount of troops and equipment to exert massive pressure on our units along the entire front line in this area. Therefore, their actions for now are only causing disruptions to the Ukrainian Armed Forces offensive, which of course has a negative impact. As a result, despite the advances in the Novoprokopivka and Ocheretuvate areas, the Ukrainian Armed Forces haven't initiated any significant breakthroughs and the front line remains unchanged. The occupiers also continue intensified shelling, making it challenging for our forces to maneuver. Let's take a look at the geolocation map showing confirmed Ukrainian Armed Forces strikes over the past 10 days. As you can see, most strikes are concentrated in the gray zone. The Ukrainian Armed Forces haven't been able to make further progress. This situation indicates that the occupiers are making significant efforts to counterattack and advance toward the positions liberated by the Ukrainian Armed Forces, even to the extent of exchanging them directly near their positions. The pressure is immense and the situation remains very challenging. However, it is unknown how long the occupiers can sustain this level of pressure. If we were seeing strikes in the Ocheretuvate area, it would mean that the Ukrainian Armed Forces are preparing the territory for further movements. For now, they have to fight for the liberated territory because the occupiers continue to throw reserves into battle. The shelling also persists, with recent strikes reported in Zaporizhia, Nikopol and Marganets. But before we continue, I'd like to ask you to share this video on social media and watch it until the end. It will greatly help the growth of my channel. Thank you. In the Kherson, the situation remains unchanged. The occupiers continue intensive shelling along the entire front line, but the Ukrainian Armed Forces are also returning fire on their positions and depots. However, there have been no changes along the front line. In the Vuhledar direction, there have been no significant changes over the past day. The Ukrainian Armed Forces have temporarily halted their offensive actions in the Novomayorsk area, and the occupiers continue shelling liberated settlements. However, no counterattacks have been initiated and the situation remains unchanged. In the Avdiivka direction, the Ukrainian Armed Forces have initiated significant pressure on the Russians in the area of Avdiivka. However, their progress in Opytne and Spartak areas has currently halted. The occupiers are urgently deploying reserves and attempting to regain their positions. The shelling continues as well. To the south, there are battles on the outskirts of Marinka and attacks on Novomykhailivka are ongoing. So far, there have been no changes along the front line. In the Bakhmut direction, the occupiers persist in intense battles in the Orikhovo-Vasilievka area, but they have been unable to solidify their positions and the front line remains unchanged. In the Klishchiivka area, the most intense battles are still ongoing. According to preliminary information from the Ukrainian Armed Forces, there has been a significant success today. We are waiting official confirmation, but the fact that 2 villages were successfully cleared of Russians, even after prolonged combat, is a significant achievement. In the Crimea and Seversk areas, the occupiers continue shelling, but there are no offensive actions. The Ukrainian Armed Forces remain in a defensive position, and there are no reported movements towards Crimea. In the direction of Sevastopol, the occupiers are shelling Novoyegorivka as they have been unable to break through to the village. Attacks on Novoselysk, which the occupiers have been unable to capture for several months, have also resumed. Despite multiple claims that the village is under their control, the Ukrainian Armed Forces are successfully holding their defense, and the front line remains unchanged in this area. In the Kupiansk direction, the occupiers continue shelling, but their offensive in this direction has halted and no significant movements are reported. It's worth noting that the occupiers claim that Ukrainian forces in this direction are being redeployed to the Bakhmut direction, but this information hasn't been confirmed. Additionally, Putin has threatened Ukraine with strikes on its nuclear facilities and has alleged that attempts by Ukrainian direct action and reconnaissance group trained by Britain to attack power lines in Russia provoke Russia to take retaliatory actions.
С чем они играют или нет? Они чего, нас провоцируют на какие-то ответные действия по украинским атомным объектам, атомным электростанциям? И вообще британское руководство и премьер-министр знает, чем занимаются его спецслужбы на Украине? Или, может быть, вообще не знает? Допускаю и такое, что в свою очередь британские спецслужбы действуют по указанию тех же самых американцев. Конечный бенефициар все равно нам известен. Но они понимают, с чем они играют или нет? Мне кажется, что они просто недооценивают.
Но у них же не было Чернобыля.
Я знаю, что вот после моих слов сейчас вой начнется там очередной. Это опять угроза, ядерный шантаж и так далее. Я вас уверяю, что это полная, абсолютная, чистая правда, то, что я сейчас сказал. Ну, вот эти гаврики сидят у нас и показания дают. Знаю возможную реакцию. Да, они там все, что скажете, под дулом пистолета, они транслируют. Нет, это не так. И руководство британских спецслужб знает, что я говорю правду. Но я не уверен, вообще понимает ли руководство Великобритании, что это такое. И вот такие вещи действительно беспокоят, потому что они не чувствуют краев, как у нас в народе говорят, и могут довести до серьезных последствий.
Furthermore, the Russian president stated that the Ukrainian army has lost 540 tanks, around 18,000 armored vehicles, and 71,500 personnel during the counteroffensive. However, earlier assessments by the Oryx portal, which tracks losses based on open source data, suggest a loss ratio of 5-1, with Russia losing significantly more equipment.
Украина проводит так называемое контрнаступление. Результатов нет, конечно. Ну, сейчас не будем говорить провал, не провал, но нет результатов. Потери есть большие. Сейчас с начала этого контрнаступления потери личного состава 71,5 тысячи человек. Причем они любой ценой, как они говорят, хотят добиться результата. Да. Иногда складывается впечатление, что это вообще не их люди, которые их кидают в это контрнаступление. Как будто это вообще не их люди. Это, честно говоря, так. Мне просто командиры рассказывают с поля боя. Это удивительно.
А вы с ними созваниваетесь?
Ну, постоянно. Вот. Но потери большие. Там, по танкам 543 танка уже потеряли, по бронемашинам разных классов уже почти 18 тысяч и так далее. Значит, поэтому складывается впечатление, что они вот хотят, как их толкают, их западные кураторы, по максимуму отгрызть, извините за моветон, то, что они смогут сделать, а потом, когда все ресурсы, и людские ресурсы, и по технике, по боеприпасам будут близки к нулевым значениям, добиться остановки боевых действий, сказать, ну вот мы давно говорим о том, что мы хотим переговоров и начать эти переговоры с целью пополнить свои ресурсы и возобновить боеспособность, значит, своих вооруженных сил. Вот такая тактика, ну, возможно, во всяком случае, это один из вариантов.
During the night, the Sevastopol shipyard named after Orджоникидзе was attacked. The head of the occupying authorities in Sevastopol, Mikhail Razvozhaev, confirmed that, according to preliminary information, 24 people were injured in the strike. 4 of them are in a moderate condition. Sevmorzavod is a shipbuilding facility in Sevastopol named after Sergei Orджоникидze, where ships of the Russian Black Sea Fleet are constructed and repaired. Several videos posted by social media users from Sevastopol showed at least 3 explosions on the factory premises. TASS reported that 2 ships undergoing repairs in Sevastopol were damaged due to the impact of Ukrainian cruise missiles. Additionally, the Russian Ministry of Defense claimed that an attack was carried out by 3 unmanned boats on a group of Black Sea Fleet ships during a sea transit, allegedly without causing any damage. It has now been confirmed that as a result of the attack on Sevastopol, a large landing ship Minsk and the submarine Rostov-on-Don sustained serious damage. Furthermore, the United Kingdom has provided Ukraine with Mallow drones capable of evacuating the wounded. The UK Ministry of Defense announced the transfer of these heavy drones to Ukraine, which can transport supplies and weapons while also being utilized for medical evacuations. The drone's payload capacity is 180 kilograms and it has a range of 70 kilometers. That's all from me, and don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.